guys.
Hey there, beautiful people.
Welcome back.
Yeah, we made it back within 2 weeks this time. Didn't take us 4 months to make an appearance again.
This is Little of This, Little of That podcast.
Squeaky. Sorry.
I'm Colleen Keen.
No, I'm Mike.
And
Keen.
we are married.
We are still, just about.
Yes. And we do this podcast and YouTube channel because we want to talk about stuff.
I share experiences and also leave a little something for the kids. Not that we're going to die anytime soon, or that we're expecting that, but
right.
Just to let the kids have a little something of us.
A little something.
A little something, yeah.
Michael did say that we're going to be back the following week, and I don't think you realized it was Paddy's Day.
Yeah.
That following week.
Terrible idea.
Which, Michael being from Ireland, is kind of a big deal, so we weren't going to miss Paddy's Day to just do a podcast.
No.
There's no way we're making that.
Not going to happen. It was a long day.
I'm not going to say that I was right, but I was right. We weren't going to do it anyway.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, this week we're talking about a sleep out that we did. And Michael kind of spearheaded this with, fundraising like 4 weeks in advance and came up with these goals, which we'll talk more about. But it's through Covenant House here in St. Louis. Do you want to talk about them, or do you want me to say some stuff?
Yeah, either one.
Go ahead, you start, and I'll just fill in.
So yeah, a couple of years ago, we I don't really remember. I think Pat, my business partner, I think he somehow got in contact with, or somebody contacted him for donations for their annual gala, however you say it, and so we donated a year of sessions, and because we donated, they gave us a couple of tickets to the gala, and so myself and Colleen went to this gala, and
it was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we got all dressed up, and we just had a good time. Met some great people. Yeah, it was the Stan Musial Memorial, or Stan Musial Annual Gala, and it's basically just a bunch of rich people, honestly.
A lot of people that want to help, that have a lot of good money.
They have money to throw it out.
Yeah, Tesla was there, and they were able to give us a free weekend to have a Tesla. And if you haven't seen the video of us with our Tesla, I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah, we got the SUV version.
Oh my God, it's like our dream
Model
car
Z
now.
Or whatever.
Yeah, and then people were just handing out some money that they were just raising their, like the movies, raising a little thing, it's like 10 grand, here you go. You're like, oh my gosh.
Absolutely nuts.
It's so cool though, because it all goes to a great cause, which Covenant House is.
Well, we chatted with a lady there, Eileen, and kind of just stayed in contact with her, and we wanted to do something again then last year. So that was 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, when we went to the gala, and then last year did a 7-day fast and raised $4,200 for that, and then this year we're like, well, let's do something again, and I wasn't going to fast again because that just beat me up. Took quite a while to recover from that 7-day fast. So, but it's just that the organization itself is something that it's one of those that not a lot of people. Unless you know about it, you don't know about it. It's one of those. There's so many different awesome charities out there that have much bigger names and much bigger recognition, and this doesn't quite have it. So the whole point of the Covenant House is, I think it started up in New York, and there's been one here in Missouri since 98 or 99.
1998.
So the whole point of it is to take homeless youth off the streets. Kids between the age of 16 and 21, they can receive, if they want just meals and they want to just go there because they can't get fed. If they want clothes, they can go there, but they also have this 30-day crisis center where they can come in and sleep and be fed 3 meals a day for the 30 days. And that's for 16 to 18-year-olds, and then 45 days for the 18 to 21-year-olds. And that's all based on funding that we have no idea about. But and then after those 30 or 45 days, there's a transition program that they have that they can stay in there for up to 2 years. and in
or
those,
up to their 22nd birthday.
or up to their 22nd birthday, yeah, depending on what time they go in.
Yeah.
So it's not just we'll get them in off the streets and feed them and leave it at that. It's
There's so
they're
much
really
more
providing
to
them
it.
so many resources. They give them educational resources. They give them work experience. They give them resume building skills.
Physical and mental health services.
All free.
Hygiene and grooming products. Clean seasonal clothing. I'm just reading the list. Job readiness training and connections to employment. And support, encouragement, and unconditional love, which I feel like is just a whole nother level, because they say a lot of these kids that come, they have to stay for their 30 days or 45 days, whatever they get, and they have to leave. And they don't just throw them back on the streets. They find a place for them to go. They make sure that they're going somewhere, whether it's a friend's house or back home or to another shelter. But they have to be gone for like another extended amount of time before they can come back again. But after that time is up, they usually come back, because it's not just like a shelter. It's like my motto that I think they should use. Not just a shelter, but a home. Like, it feels like home, because the amount of love that these people give these kids is just, it's amazing.
It's silly.
Yeah. They have a food pantry there.
They have their own Walmart and Target. They have their own Walmart and Target that they call them, the little in-house.
What they say is, after spending just 1 week there, youth receive 21 meals, at least 7 hot showers, 7 nights of rest in a safe, warm bed, the medical examinations and care, the hygiene and grooming products, and the clean seasonal clothes, and then the job readiness training and all that. So there's a lot of stuff. Last year alone, they gave like 9,500 nights of shelter provided for youth in St. Louis. There were 232 youth served in residential programs, and then there were 542 mental health visits provided. And that was just last year.
One of the crazy parts about it is that at any given time in St. Louis, there are 3,000 kids that are homeless.
Yeah.
At any given time. That was staggering to me.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
So it's what they're doing is just really, really awesome. Awesome stuff. And everybody that we came in contact there was amazing. Whether they were, the staff or if they were the kids, it was really cool. The facility is phenomenal. It's a huge building to have 3 floors plus then a basement, and it's just it's really cool to see what they're able to do there and how they're helping our city. I get overwhelmed a lot with what's going on in the world and what's going on in the country, and I want to help. When everything was going on with Syria and the White Helmets, documentary came out on Netflix, I sent money. I was like, oh my God, I feel like I need to be in Syria helping these kids and helping these people. But I can't just get up and leave and go to Syria to help. I can't leave my family. So this is nice because it's something here at home, something local that I know that is what's going on, and we can help just here at home, which is really good to me. It makes me feel good. Makes me feel like there's something I can do to help, and there's these amazing people that are helping these youth on the streets, and
So the whole point of we say all that to say this. We wanted to do something. We didn't want to just throw money at a situation or an organization and say, yeah, we did our part, we're awesome.
Right.
Kind of like how people do it on Facebook. The way they say, I'm donating my birthday, and then don't do anything. Well, hold on now. First of all, you didn't do anything to be born. Your mother did all the work. And second of all, do something.
He really has a problem with this whole Facebook birthday donation thing.
It's not a problem. I just feel like if you're gonna play this social hero, get out and do something. Don't just claim it on Facebook like, oh, I'm this awesome person. I raised $200 for some organization, which is cool that you're doing that. Yeah, that's great. But also get out and do something.
So we did.
So that's just a pet peeve. Sorry. So we did. Yeah.
If you're giving money to an organization, that is amazing, and you should be proud of yourself and that you're helping people. That's not what he's saying. So, very good. Keep donating.
Yeah, keep doing that, but do something with the organization.
Yeah. So.
Well, who am I to tell you what to do?
Michael found this young professionals sleep out with Covenant House. So pretty much it's young professionals all from the age of 21 to 40.
35, I think.
I think it's to 40. 40 years
I
old.
think it says it on there. It's 21 to 36 or something.
Anyways, it's something around that line, those lines. And people were able to start getting like their fundraiser kind of going like 6 weeks before the night. So the actual sleep out night was this past Friday, which was March 22nd.
Yep.
March 22nd, 2019. And they do it every year. And then they also have an executive sleep out, which is more for the bigwigs. And they come and they actually do it in like November though.
Yeah.
So
They had 6 inches of snow
yeah.
last year. But their goal is to raise $5,000 per person.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be the minimal goal.
Mm-hmm.
The minimum for us was $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah. So
anybody that knows me knows that I don't like to do things by half. If I'm gonna do it, I'm doing it all out. That was with my drinking. It was with. It was like it's whatever. It's whatever I'm doing. I'm doing
Yeah.
it all the way. It's just
Right.
that type of personality that I have.
Right.
Or just characteristics that I have.
Yep.
So the goal was $1,000. So I was like, $1,000. I feel like we'll hit that really easily. So $1,000 for one night's sleep out. And I was thinking, you know what? Let's bump it up. If we get to $2,000, then I'll do 2 nights consecutive. And I was like, you know what? Let's bump it up again. If we get to $3,000, then I will shave the ponytail. I had a ponytail for the last year.
Longer than that, I feel
Year and
like.
a half,
Anyways,
I don't
yeah,
know.
he has this little ponytail, and everyone gave him so much shit about it. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it really bothered people.
It did. Big
I don't
time.
know why.
Big time.
But it was so funny, and like his mother hated it. Everything, like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, what is that thing on your head? And I had no problem with it. Obviously,
A buddy of mine gave me so much shit about it. He's like, "Why are you sitting down to piss now too?" I don't know. That might be
What do you
insensitive.
mean?
Yeah. But yeah. Then he told me he was on the elliptical. I was like, "Well, your elliptical was my ponytail."
So the whole point of the sleep out is not to
Act as homeless people.
act like homeless people. It is just to pretty much sleep out in solidarity with youth that sleep out, that have to sleep on the streets because they have to, and it's pretty much to help raise funds to support Covenant House, which helps with getting homeless youth and trafficking off the streets. So
I think the cool part about this as well is, like, I know some people think, for the most part, homelessness can be a lifestyle choice because you choose not to do certain things to get yourself off the street. I think that the cool part about this is these are kids. Like, they don't have a choice. They're dragged into this situation, and they don't have much choice. And the choice that they're taking is to walk into the Covenant House and try to make a better life for themselves and try to get out of that situation. I think that's why I like we have really gotten involved with them and try to help out as much as possible.
Yes. I mean, yeah, look, it's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. Like, they're still kids. These are teenage kids in high school. They're supposed to be in high school, and they don't have anywhere to go, or they don't have the lifestyle that they would like. So then they leave home and they don't have anywhere to go. So it's just, it's nice. It's gated and it's secure. They have a security guard, and you have to buzz in to get in to even the gate, and then you have to buzz in to actually get into the actual house itself, and it's very secure. I think that's what brings kids to is it's very safe, it's secure, and they feel like they're going to be taken care of.
And to be in there are no they don't do background checks or anything. They don't go check to see what was your last address and see if your parents are still living there, or if your mother's still living there, or whatever. But when you move into the transitional program, they do have certain rules that you have to abide by. So you can't be coming in drunk, you can't be coming in stoned, you can't be starting fights. You still have to go to school, you have to do all these different things in order to maintain your living status with the Covenant House.
Yes.
So it's not just a free for all. You just get to do what you want. You still have to be actively looking for a job. If you don't already have a job, you have to be going to your job. You have to be going to school.
Right.
All these different things. So
it's a great opportunity for those in the transitional living quarters. They have it so that some of these kids are going to school. Some of them are just working. Some are just working to, like she said, one example was to save up to buy a car. So it's just, and what they do is they either find jobs outside, which they help them find jobs outside. But when they're younger, they still get like a stipend type thing by doing chores and duties around the Covenant House, such as like I don't know, like cleaning and gardening and all that kind of thing. They do certain things like that give them a small portion, goes to them, and like 60% of it goes back into like a savings almost. So they have something to leave with, so that then when they're done with their time there, they're not just leaving and right back where they were.
Yeah.
It's like they're keeping 60% of whatever they make so that they can take that with them, to help themselves after they leave, which is, it's a good process. It's just a really helpful, and it's holistic as well. They even have it in here, holistic, house for these kids. It's all therapy, and they provide so much. They have a gym. They do so much there. It's really cool. It's really neat.
Hopefully get involved with my background. Hopefully I'll be able to get involved and maybe do a couple of sessions a week where I can get a group of the kids over and teach them how to live properly.
So
help them use the facilities the way they're supposed to be used.
So back to the sleep out.
Yeah.
we yes. So Michael put up the whole like $3,000 is his goal, and these were the goals if they got met. And he worked his butt off on trying to do this. He did videos, and he plastered it everywhere, talked about it every time he could, every chance he could. And the big thing about the sleep out is that it's not like, I'm going to go sleep out, my backyard, and I'm just going to, like, it's going to be easy, whatever. No, they gave us, like, all we got was a piece of cardboard, and we got a sleeping bag. So they were like, so you're going to sleeping bag, a piece of cardboard, and we had like a whole agenda for the evening, then, which we'll get more into, but this is kind of like what the sleep out was all about.
This is up in North St. Louis.
And it's in North City, so we were going to be sleeping out there at Covenant House in their courtyard area. So that's where it was all going to be done. And so Michael did really awesome, and he got the first grand. He was like, awesome. Sleep out was more like $1,000 away from me doing 2 nights now. And the second night obviously was going to be here at the house. But like Michael said, he doesn't do anything half-assed. So when he says second night, he was going to go all out second night. And then when he hit the $2,000, he was like, got it, cool, doing the second night. The kids agreed to be his second night partner with that one, because I was like, I'm going to do 1.
Just
I didn't agree to 2. I agreed to 1.
Had a contract written up.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 1, and then you can do the 2 with the second one, with the kids, the second one with the kids. And he was like, 1 more grand, and he did some videos with Pat Connolly Tavern, and just kind of, kept shouting it from the mountaintops.
Yeah.
and got to the $3,000. No one wanted that ponytail anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to see that thing gone. They wanted to see it cut off. So
they'll claim it was
$3,000
for a good cause, but it was to get rid of the ponytail. Let's be honest.
And then, like, I had some donations that we kind of put collectively into that as well. So the $3,000 was met that day, last Friday.
About 4 minutes before the 6:30 deadline of when the whole sleep out was going to kick off, was when a bunch of buddies got together and put some money in to make sure that we got to where we needed to be.
Yes, we thank everyone who donated. It was a huge
I think we ended up with like 67, awesome. 68 individual donors.
Yeah.
Well, there was a few that were families that jumped in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was 67 donors altogether or something like that. So
it was really cool.
Thanks again to everybody that did.
Yes.
Because it was, I know I probably got to be a pain in the ass towards the end of it, the amount of videos and posts I was doing on Facebook and what have you. But
when you're passionate about something, you gotta go out there and do it.
Just keep rolling.
Yeah. So the night came, and so it was last Friday, like I said, and we went to Covenant House. We had to buzz in, obviously, at the gate, and then buzz in to get in the front door. And there were about 9 other people there with us, right? Was there 9 total? Or was there more than that?
I think altogether was 15.
Oh, altogether was 15, sorry.
Yeah.
There were 7 of us that slept.
Yeah.
15 total, 7 that actually stayed the whole night. But there was 15 of us, and really nice people. They had a whole room for us with coffee and snacks and just a chit chat, and then they gave us some, like kind of the agenda, and we all met each other. We got to take a tour of Covenant House. We got to meet some really awesome youth there that are staying. Met really awesome staff. We did like a group project type thing. We had to build the best structure that we could with the given resources that we had. So we had like noodles and we had spaghetti noodles and marshmallows, and we had to build a structure out of it. But there were no rules given. Yes, uncooked. Yeah, uncooked. Cooked would be a lot harder.
Yeah, more of a challenge.
There were 4 groups, and they didn't really give us any guidelines, any rules, I should say. They just said build the best structure you could. So like we were given noodles and marshmallows. One was given just playing cards. One was given tape and cardboard, and the other group was given newspaper and scotch tape, and maybe some studs too, like some wooden pegs or something like that.
Dowels of some sort.
Yeah. So 2 of the tables ended up joining together, and I was like, oh, that's a brilliant idea. We stuck with our group, and I think we were just like head down focused, trying to figure out what to do.
We were going to work with our resources.
Yes.
We didn't want to combine with anybody else.
Yeah, and then the other group played cards. They were like, we're not going to try and build a house on a card. So they just started playing cards, and they built a structure of friendships. Yes. Yeah. That's what they said.
Yeah.
And we learned some awesome stuff about the LGBTQ, things that we didn't know.
It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Very confusing. All the different labels and stuff now, like,
So like even on our name badges, we put our name and then our pronouns, because that's apparently what you should do now. It's like you have to, not that you have to, but to make people more comfortable with what they identify as, is by using pronouns yourself. So I put Colleen and she, her, so that people knew that I'm a she, her, and if that person felt comfortable then to say, oh, I'm a they, them, or I'm a they, zer. Is that what it? Yeah. Something like that, or a he and a him kind of thing.
I can't keep up.
There was a lot of different pronouns and words. I mean, just definitions, yes, that I didn't even know about, which was really eye-opening. And because 25% of the youth that come in are LGBTQ, so that's just what they want to make people more aware and of what's going on, and it was very helpful.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I had no idea, so that was really neat. That was a whole little session that we did too, and we got some awesome pizza, and
yeah, it was good stuff.
Then they were like, okay, leave your stuff here, get your cardboard, get your sleeping bag, and
head on.
We did a vigil too.
Yeah.
Yes, we did a candlelight vigil and a little prayer, and got the fire started. And
the dude said God like 4,000 times in the prayer.
Lord God.
Yeah.
Lord God.
It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, it's a lot. Yeah, we did the vigil, and then we just set up shop.
Yeah.
So when we set up shop, everybody kind of went to their own spots.
Picked their prime real estate, as the guy's supposed to.
Yeah.
We picked the one in between the 2 fire pits.
Yeah.
We picked some grass in between the 2 fire pits, thinking that would be the warmest, maybe, or I don't know. I just know. Either way.
But the cardboard was about 5 feet long, and then about 2 feet wide, and it was an actual box. So initially when we walked out, I set up the actual box, and I made it into a box, and then Colleen was giving me shit because she's like, well, now we can't snuggle.
I was thinking of laying together so that, 1, I would feel safe, 2, body warmth. I was like, oh, well, we can sleep together, so then that way we'll be warmer. But after we got on the cardboard and it was laid flat, I'm thinking, it would probably be wiser to actually have these, actually put together, because all the heat's going to stay in. It's going to be like an oven. It's going to be much better. And then he also had a fleece sleeping bag, whereas I just had like a thin sleeping bag, and I was like, oh no, like I am going to take your sleeping bag. I took a sleeping bag. I was like, this is how I'm sure this is what happens on the streets. I was like, I'd be fighting you for that sleeping bag right now, because that's a prime sleeping bag.
So I just gave it up. I didn't want to fight.
It's a Turf Force.
I'm a lover. I had a ponytail she could pull.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it.
So we had our cardboard box, our sleeping bag, no pillow. I had leggings, sweatpants on, 2 pairs of socks with my Uggs on, because I figured they're probably the warmest. And then I had a long sleeve shirt on, this shirt, our t-shirt that we were given by Covenant House, really awesome shirt, and then a sweatshirt, and I had a hat. I forgot gloves and a scarf, and a coat. So I could have easily wrapped those up and like made a pillow, but I didn't bring all that. So Michael gave me his gloves because he's a gentleman, which neither one of us ended up using.
No.
We were so warm.
Yeah.
The box was
genius.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like I was shocked. I mean, we were tucked in there, and so we lay down for the night, and we're kind of like giggling.
Our heads were sticking out of the box.
Yes, like we're just looking at each other like, this is like insane. And Kings Highway is like literally right there next to us, and so we can hear everything, and you're just like, oh my god, it's so loud. Well, I had headphones, and so I like kept one out and one in because I was terrified. I was like, I could only imagine if like this was like if I was on the street.
Oh yeah.
I would be.
You never sleep?
No, and I couldn't. I didn't go to sleep till 2 a.m. Whereas Michael, on the other hand, we lay down at 11 o'clock, and at 11:05 he was snoring, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" I was like, "This is insane! You're already asleep."
It was after 11 o'clock.
You're already asleep, and I was like, there, like just gazing at the sky. Listening to gunshots and thinking about how I was going to like, should I lay on my back, should I lay on my side, because either way it's, you know, it's very uncomfortable. Like I'd woken up multiple times because either shoulder pain being on my side, or one time my ear was all crunched up and I woke up and my ear hurt so bad because you're like, I'm trying to get the sleeping bag all balled up so I can have something, and then the more you're on your side, the more you can scrunch up and get inside the box, which was really warm. And then I had like the sleeping bag over my head as well. Like I was tossing and turning. The poor girl next to me, she was tossing and turning too. She couldn't sleep at all. Like I don't think she slept at all. I finally dozed around like 2 a.m. and we both got woken up at 5 a.m. and everyone was gone.
Yeah.
We were the only ones
Everyone was
there. Everybody had already been woke up and like left, and we were fast asleep in our boxes.
Yeah. Like I heard people talking. I was like,
I know, we're like, what's going on?
I'm trying to sleep
I
over
heard
here.
something about donuts when I
Shut
woke up.
trying to sleep.
Mhm.
Then we get out of the box and everybody's gone.
Oh my god, it was insane.
They heard
It's
the
like,
gunshots and wanted to go
happens?
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were at least 2 cases of gunshots that night. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it was
But
interesting.
it was yeah.
I think I looked at I had me watch on, and it detects like heart rate, so it tells you kind of when you're in deep sleep and when you're not. And I said I slept for 5.5 hours
5.5 hours of sleep.
and 95% efficiency, so I only woke up like twice. I almost felt bad.
Fine.
I almost felt bad. Like I thought this was supposed to be a rough night out.
Oh my god, it was.
Well, no, it's probably the best night's sleep I've gotten in months,
You had-
because we always have a
yeah.
child walking in, waking us up, or yeah, mess.
Oh my
So it
gosh.
was a good night. It was a good night's sleep for me.
Not only that, but we're like right next to the building, and every once in a while I'd look up and there's just a kid looking out the window at us, and I'm like, oh my god.
Creepy. Super creepy.
But yeah, it was. I'm so happy for you. I'm glad you got a wonderful night's sleep.
Yeah. I just didn't give much thought to the whole like the what ifs.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, all right, sleepy time.
Yeah.
I'd also been up since 4:15 that morning, so I'd already been awake
Yeah.
for a good
Well, as a
18,
woman,
19
I
hours
was.
already.
I knew, you know, if I was on the street as a woman, it's gotta be terrifying.
As good looking as you were.
Exactly. I
Ooh-wee.
know, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, would be terrifying. So, regardless, we woke up at 5, went back inside, had some coffee and some Krispy Kreme donuts that they had for us, and said thank you. And it was a trip, and we ended up going back to the gym because I had met Michael at the gym the night before, and then we took one car down because the next day he decided to go work. Michael went to work.
Well, after a good night's sleep like that, why wouldn't you?
Which I was like, bye-bye, I'm going home. I came home, I go and I'm like, oh my bed, I cannot wait, my bed. I get in there and all 3 of my kids are in my room. I have 2 on the bed and 1 on the floor. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So then I was like, I guess it's couch for me. So I went to the couch and I was out. It was about 9 o'clock. So I got home around like 6-ish or 6:30. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning. The kids wake up and I was like, I'm in bed. When I got in bed, I had never felt so good. And I was like, oh my God,
felt
this
so grateful
bed
for a
is
bed.
amazing.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, just gives you the, you know, the realization of what these kids must be feeling when you are laying like in the grass in a cardboard box for one night
Mm-hmm.
to go into my bed, how warm and comfortable that felt.
It definitely gives you a sense of gratitude.
And then taking a shower, a hot shower,
Yeah.
after being freezing, how warm and refreshing and amazing that felt. Like, Michael didn't want to get out. He was like, I'm not getting out of the shower for another like 5 minutes at least.
That was awesome.
So yeah, it was definitely, there were definitely some awesome experience. I mean, that was just an awesome experience.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was
And
cool.
to kind of put yourself in their shoes and to really do that. So I took a nap that day.
I did not. I went to work and then got home till about 10 o'clock.
And then Michael got ready for round 2.
Yeah.
And the kids and him, it was a nice day too.
Oh,
Except for
nice
there was
day.
a chance, like there was a 10% chance of rain,
On
which-
Friday night, it said Saturday, 10% chance of rain.
which then turned into
90% chance.
90% chance of
And
rain.
did it rain?
Saturday.
Yes, it rained.
It rained.
Yes.
So they all put the tent up before it started raining. It was kind of nice outside. And the kids were excited. Like, they had their sleeping bags. Gave them some cards to play in there. And I was like, you guys are all set. I'm going inside. I'm watching a movie. Like, I'm out of here.
So the kids had the what was it, 10-man tent? 8-man tent.
Yeah.
So it's a fairly big tent.
Yes.
So the 3 of them were in there, and then one of the dogs. The little one bailed after about 20 minutes.
Yes. She came in. She slept in bed with me.
And then the other 2 said they were going to stick with it. And I looked at the radar, and it said it was going to rain till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Tell them what you made.
So I was initially, it was just going to be, I was going to have a sleeping bag underneath me and then get in a sleeping bag. And that was all I was going to sleep on.
Mhm.
But then when I figured out it was going to rain, I basically took a plastic bag. Essentially, it was like a heavy gauge plastic bag.
That was like ripped
Yeah.
in half so that it was long.
It was about 6 feet long. So I tied it. I took a spade, stuck it in the ground on one side. I took a pitchfork and stuck it in the ground on the other side. And then tied this plastic bag around the handles.
Mhm.
And then put some rocks on the other end to keep it like a ramp.
Yep.
Style.
So the rain would
Roof.
just kind of go down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he had the fire pit.
And then the
Okay.
fire pit next to me, which it didn't give off as much
So
heat as
considering
I was hoping.
Considering we had like a 40-degree night the previous night, and we were kind of like, oh man, this isn't as bad, like of conditions. You know, we were kind of thinking we were going to suffer a bit more than just sleeping on the ground in a cardboard box. Like, we were thinking it was going to be cold, you know, all this. Whereas Michael definitely made up for that on night 2.
And that's one of those. We were trying to give it a couple of weeks ago. Poor guys, you heard, be careful what you wish for. And he's like,
Mhm.
what does that mean? And we were giving him some examples. This is the
Yes.
perfect example, because we were talking about this on Friday night. We were like, kind of felt bad because
Yeah.
I was hoping to suffer a little bit in this on the Friday night
Yeah.
sleep out, because we got such a nice night. And then,
Yeah.
I should have been careful what I wish for,
Yeah.
because I got a miserable
I
night
did not
last
wish
night.
for that.
Miserable. She probably did. Fingers crossed and everything. Come on, please be miserable for him.
I felt so. I was like, oh man. But I went to bed. Okay.
Yeah. She didn't lose any sleep. Let's be honest.
Well, the other 2 then bailed as well. They got too cold, and they came in around, what was it? What'd you say? 3:30?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Yeah.
The other 2 then finally came in and crashed in their bed and on the couch. One on the couch, one in her bed, and then one in my bed. And Michael's still out there, but you said you woke up and you couldn't
Yeah.
go back to sleep.
Yeah, I woke up around 2:30 and the fire had died down. So I just grabbed more wood and got the fire going again. And then 3 o'clock, Saoirse said, "Daddy, I have to bail." It's like, that's fine, baby, go ahead. Take your brother in with you. So they went into bed, and I had that little mental war. I was like, right, it's 3 o'clock. It's only an hour. I'll just go inside. I'm not going to stand out here in the rain and be miserable for another hour.
Yeah.
And then I was like, but I said I was going to do it till 4 o'clock. It's like, no, nobody will know. It's fine. Just go in. Go in, lay down, go to sleep. You'll be fine. It's like, no, I can't. So I just started doing breathing techniques, just to try to get my mind off of what the next hour was going to be. I was like, this is just psychological time. You're looking in, you're projecting into the future. Don't do that. Just focus on the present.
Right
Be
now.
in the moment. Be
Mhm.
in the moment. So I just focused on breathing for the next hour. So I was basically standing,
Meditating.
while staring at the fire and looking at the moon. And
Well, because in realization, is that right? In reality, whatever.
Yeah.
There's these kids they don't have anywhere. They cannot say, oh, I'm just gonna, I'll just go inside. There's
Yeah.
just no, there is
Don't
no,
have the
oh, I'm
option.
just going to. It's, they're stuck where they're at.
Yeah.
And maybe they can find somewhere, like, that has a little bit of shelter. Maybe they don't. Maybe there's a fire. Maybe there's not. Maybe there's a tent. Maybe there's not. Like, but most of the time, it's like, there's no, oh, it's only an hour left. I'll just go.
Yeah,
It's
This is my life.
yes. So to even have that battle mentally,
Oh,
I can only imagine what they're mentally battling.
yeah.
It's scary.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
It's
that
so
was just that, those few, like from, I went out at 10 o'clock, so we did 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock, so 6 hours. So I was like, right, I'll do 6 hours again tonight. So I went I said I'd do from 10 to 6, or 10 to 4. And I was committed to it. I couldn't not do the full 6 hours.
What happened when 4 a.m. came, and what happened?
4 a.m. came.
And you went inside.
Oh, and all the beds were taken. Orla was in bed with Colleen, and then Saoirse's in this bunk bed. It's a, what do you call it? What's the
And
type
she
of
was
bed?
on the couch.
Yeah, but what's the type of bed?
But she's
that
got
she
a
has?
loft bed.
A loft bed.
Yes.
And I wasn't climbing up there because I knew I'd never make it back out. And she was on the couch. Porgy's in his bed, and Orla has a bunk bed, so I wasn't climbing up there either. Just because I knew it would make too much noise and probably wake people up. So I shook Saoirse. I was like, wake up,
Get out of
go
here.
to bed. I did not come in from outside being miserable to come inside and be miserable. At least let me sleep on the couch. So I think I got about 4 hours of sleep on the couch. And then went into the bed to try to go to sleep and couldn't.
Yeah, that was like 9 o'clock when they were all waking up again. And I was like, I'm passing out still. I slept till like almost 11 today. I was waking up a long time.
Yeah, making up for lost time that I had. She's sleeping
when
for
you're
me.
not there, I worry.
Yeah. She's sleeping for me. So yeah, that was the Friday and Saturday, and then right around noon yesterday. Was it? No, was it yesterday? We did do it yesterday. Was it today?
Last night you
No, so
slept
everything was
outside. Well, yesterday we cut the ponytails off though.
Oh, we did that in
Yes.
the afternoon. Yeah,
Because we made the $3,000, or
Yeah,
you
so-
made the $3,000, I should say. Michael,
They made
yes,
the $3,000.
yeah,
I just did stupid shit. They raised the money.
right, exactly. And so the goal was the $3,000, and Michael got it. So then the person that
The biggest donor.
yes donated most was going to be the one to cut off the ponytail, but he had given his rights. The donor gave his rights to our children to cut them off. Cut them off because I separated the ponytail into 3 chunks. So each kid could cut off, like 1 ponytail each. And it was epic. It was awesome.
It was pretty cool.
It was in the kitchen, and I had 3 ponytails, and each one of them stood on a stool and cut each ponytail. And we recorded it, so you guys can actually find it on Michael's Facebook page. And you can watch it. It's pretty awesome. The kids loved it. And then Michael's like, who's next? And Orla, of course, is like, I am. And we've already had an incident with Orla cutting her own hair. So I was like, don't even talk. No, this is not how it works. This is not how it works.
Not doing it.
Beautiful curls. Oh my God. But yeah.
Yeah,
and,
it was
cool.
fairly long. It was good, solid 6 inches.
Oh yeah, no,
of hair.
yeah. Each ponytail was that long. Had to have been.
Yeah.
And there's 3 of them. It's just so fun. It was cool.
And now it's
They
gone.
got a nice little do.
I don't know what this is. So cut it down to about 2 inches, and we'll go from
We'll
there.
go from there.
So yeah, we'll have to find a new hairdo now, or a hair don't.
Yep.
One or the other.
I
So
really
that was-
want to do a video of the kids and their take on what we did and how they feel about it and what they kind of learned from it, and also their take on sleeping out on the tent last night. So they weren't up for it tonight to do the video, so I will try and get that this week sometime. But
it was cool that they wanted to.
yeah.
They're like, Daddy, we'll sleep out with you. No, that was cool. A good learning, teachable
Yes.
moment.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It was really cool. I'm really happy we did it. High five. Good job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And the link is still open for donations if anybody didn't donate and wants to donate. $5, $10, whatever you want to donate, whatever you can donate. You can go onto our Facebook page and the link will be on there. And yeah,
or just ask us, message us, and we can always send it to you too if you want to. If you want to chip in.
it's open from until the beginning of May, I think.
Yeah,
something along those lines.
6 weeks after I think.
Yeah,
4 weeks
so
after. 4 to 6
we
weeks
reached
after.
the $3,000 goal, but yeah,
They have a $25,000 goal themselves, and they're only up to about $9,000. So every amount helps because they literally this is the way they get their money. This is they only get it from
donations, and then there's certain grants that they can get over the course of the year, but it's not enough.
And the money that we raised goes to food, to fill that food pantry, because each floor has a kitchen, and they go in the food pantry, they can grab what they want, put it in the kitchen, and that's what they cook with. It goes to all the services that they provide, health care, medical care, all of that, bedding, because they each need a bed. Each kid has their own room. It's like dorm style rooms, so they're partnered, but there's door in between the rooms. And then any furniture that I need, there's so many.
Shoes.
Yes, there's so much stuff that they buy with the money that they need. The hygiene products, all of that kind of stuff, because that's what they provide for these kids, is somewhere to go to feel warm and clothed and clean and safe, and that's what that money goes to. So think about it, look them up, figure out what you can do, or find something else that you feel passionate about, like we do about Covenant House, and do something. It's awesome. We'll definitely support.
Yeah. One of the goals for this year is to try to do as close to 10 hours of community service a month, and it doesn't have to be something organized like this. Just like where back in January it would have been like just not shoveling people's driveways, or just basic stuff like how can you help people. Colleen was going up and helping her grandfather because he's not in the best of health, and she was massaging him. Just those little bits of pieces that you can do to help somebody without expecting anything in return.
Yeah.
Just doing it just to do it because it's the right thing to do.
Exactly.
That's
and something that you can do here at home, because like I said, I get overwhelmed, and this helps kind of bring that anxiety level of, oh my God, the world's falling to shit.
What are we gonna do?
At least there's something I can do here.
What was the quote from? We were watching Spider-Man with the kids, the new cartoon Spider-Man with the kids, and at the end of it, Stan Lee says,
Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse.
It was something along the lines of doing the right thing, or how did it go?
I don't know.
It was something about what
I don't know.
heroes are people who do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Those are the real superheroes.
Yeah.
And that's I think that for us that's what it is. It's just if each person just to try to do a little something.
Yeah, a little something
without expecting anything in return.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we'd be a better place.
Absolutely. So that is our sleep out experience that we had this past Friday. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and learned a little something.
See that storm?
Storm coming in. We're finishing just in time for the storm to roll in.
Before the RV gets
poor
blown
Becky. So thanks again. As always, you can find us on our YouTube channel, Little of This, Little of That, or on the Anchor app, or Spotify, or Apple Podcast, or Google Podcast. There's so many.
All of them.
Yeah, Stitcher. So you can find us on that Little of This, Little of That podcast. Give us
an email.
Email lotlotpod@gmail.com. You can message us individually. You can find me on...
I won't answer.
You can find both of us on Facebook and Instagram. If you have any questions or any ideas, or you want to, help and you want to get the link, we're more than happy to send it to you. So we'll see you again probably in 2 weeks.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I'll try and get one of those videos of the kids together too. Probably in 2 weeks. And that one, I think we're going to stick with the whole my ups and downs.
Yes, we'll do that one for sure.
Because I think I found something that is causing the waves. I think I found something and I want to talk about it. I don't know, but...
I don't know.
Yes, so it's interesting.
That's
I didn't know anything about this, and then I found this, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think this might be. I think this is me. So
self-diagnosing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
WebMD.
Maybe I'll go see a doctor before, and then I'll let you know for sure what I was thinking and what it really is. So 2 weeks time, most likely.
That's it from Dr. Colleen and
yeah. So thanks again, guys. Stay warm, stay safe. Peace, love, happiness.